Hello, my name is Bill Meyer, and I'm seeking your vote for Lake Bluff Village President in the April 6th, 2021 election. I've served the citizens of Lake Bluff for almost 10 years now, first as village clerk and then for 2 terms as village trustee. I'm running now so that I can continue to serve the citizens of Lake Bluff in having an open, responsive, and responsible village government, a village government that, most of all, listens to you. My first principle is that you are the boss. It has been my priority, first and foremost, to listen to you and to assure that you are heard and your interests protected through an impartial, open, respectful, and responsive decision-making process. Next, volunteerism is so important to this community, and it's important to me too. I wish to continue my volunteer service, now as village president, to further the important progress the village has made and continues to make. Now that progress includes providing first-rate services to our citizens, responsibly managing challenging infrastructure issues, maintaining fiscal responsibility, and growing our economic base. We must do all these things all the while protecting the unique character of the village that is so important to our quality of life. I'll share a little bit about my background for those of you who don't know me well. I'm an attorney with 25 years of practice, civil and criminal, in diverse areas, including leading teams of lawyers, experts, and staff in solving some of the most challenging problems. I believe also that we always have something more to learn, some room to grow. So 2 years ago, I earned an MBA from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business with electives in advanced corporate finance and in ethics. I ventured into business aside from being a lawyer, serving currently as a consultant, counsel, and investor in an artificial intelligence company that's dedicated to making our schools safer through utilizing technology that identifies certain threats of illegal weapons and summons first responders. I've experienced firsthand also the challenges that so many are suffering today under COVID-19, as I founded and led a sharing economy e-commerce marketplace that is now devastated by current economic conditions. But perhaps most importantly of all, I'm a parent of Will, who's 16, and Rosie, 13, growing up here in Lake Bluff. And I know what a special place this is. And if chosen to serve, I will be working for them, working for you, working for your families, and working for everyone important to you in this community. Thank you very much.
My vision for Lake Bluff has one fundamental element, that this is your town. Your ideas count, and not for a moment do I think that I'm the person in the room with all the answers. Far from it. I need you, and I need your participation to make Lake Bluff the best that it can be. My vision for Lake Bluff is a community in which our differences are the source of our strength. It's been said that if everybody is thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking, and I believe that. Differing viewpoints deserve a hearing, they deserve respect, and they deserve attention. And whatever we face, we take our viewpoints through a process, and we make the best decision we can, and then we stand together in realization and respect that the success of our village government is our success collectively. Now, what initiatives are important to our town? I see 3 major initiatives and priorities. The first is continuing responsible fiscal management and effectuating opportunities for economic growth. Now, this includes expanding revenue sources for the village that are outside of property taxes, such as by retail growth. And with revenues in hand, we must manage them responsibly and extract maximum value for you, the taxpayers. Second is continuing our strong tradition of volunteerism and public service. We need both the wisdom of the older generations and the fresh ideas in the next generation and generations to come. Volunteerism has had an inestimable positive effect and value to our community, it must continue, it must be fostered. Third is the continued and effective provision of services and capital and infrastructure maintenance and improvement. Now, I will expect and I'll foster the highest standards of professionalism and ethics from village employees. I'll expect that they will deal and we will deal well with aging infrastructure and stormwater issues that require our attention. The investments that we make today, wisely planned, will have a direct effect on the quality of life next year and in the decades to come and long after this village president is gone. Now, all of this brings us back to one overarching principle, and that is to listen. We face difficult decisions and we will disagree at times, but as village president, I will make sure you are part of the discussion and we will reach our decisions in an open, respectful, and fair public discourse. One issue we need to confront as a village is protecting our financial health. Even in the best of times, this is a great challenge because our opportunities for economic growth are literally constrained in 4 square miles. Add to this the profound and uncertain effects of COVID-19, and it's pretty clear that 2021 and beyond will be challenging times. Now, we have held the line on increasing the village's share of property taxes for next year, and we've tightened the village's belt. It may be a modest gesture, but it's an important one. In government, some seem to forget that we are taxing and spending your money. As village president, I will never forget that. I will lead a Lake Bluff that is smart and independent, knowing that we cannot rely on outside support, particularly from the state of Illinois. I will lead a Lake Bluff dedicated to maintaining the highest quality of life and municipal services for residents, and we will meet infrastructure challenges, including and especially stormwater. To accomplish this, we must seek and sustain sources of revenue that place the least property tax burden we can manage on our citizens, all while not compromising the unique character of our village. Now, that means supporting our businesses, both in the central business district and in the business and industrial district to the west. Now, we must seek new business opportunities. The Target development was a success story, and we need more success stories like that. Let us work with business to explore what is possible, and let's make Lake Bluff synonymous with business opportunity. Now, no village president can do this alone. To accomplish this, to accomplish any of this, I need you. We must nurture the volunteer spirit that has so benefited this community, and we must nurture the entrepreneurial spirit and talents that so many of our citizens have. Now, while our small size presents challenges, it also means that we have an agility that others don't possess. There are no layers of bureaucracy here, there's just all of us. So let's work together to see what's possible. Development is certainly one of the greatest concerns for our village. During my tenure as trustee, we achieved significant economic development with Target, with development in the industrial park, and with a newly vibrant central business district. All of our leaders and volunteers who participated in all of these activities over the past year should be very proud, and their hard work has benefited the village immensely. But our job is far from done. We must do more to foster development that contributes so much to the village's economic health. At the same time, we must be ever vigilant of the nature of development and keep it consistent with the character of the special community that is Lake Bluff. During the next 8 years, we will face difficult decisions, particularly concerning Stonebridge. Now, all development must be fostered in open discussions and in an environment of respect. Twice during my tenure as trustee, I led a majority of the board to make the difficult but appropriate decision not to allow certain high-density development on Block 3. Now, some who had an interest in the project but who did not, at least in my view, adequately address the rightful concerns of the citizens have been critical of this, even saying that perhaps we've contributed to an anti-development reputation for Lake Bluff. Well, we won't always agree, but I stand by my position. I'm open to development on Block 3 and elsewhere in Lake Bluff, but here's what's important. It must be right for the village, and it must always be development that is accountable to the people. For you see, government works best when the people step up, participate, and have their voices heard. A key responsibility of the board and of the village president is to assure that development, as important as it is to our economic vitality, nevertheless always is made consistent with the character and interests of our community in mind. We must use our collective talents to protect our citizens and this community. I'm dedicated to a fair process, dedicated to accountability. All future development, whether it's in Stonebridge, Block 3, or elsewhere, will proceed in a respectful and open process that is fair and that most of all is responsive to the concerns and interests of the citizens of Lake Bluff, and a process that will build a consensus that is in the best interest of us all. Thank you.